I'm sorry. You're wasting one of your years.
You take the bad and you turn it into positive, and I just want to continue to take my game to another level.
Never lose when you really making moves.
Welcome back to First Take, coming to you live from the Seaport District, Pier 17, brought to you by Chase. The Deshaun Watson sweepstakes has teams all over the league trying to trade for the Texans quarterback. Baker Mayfield clapped back at a Browns blog account, writing that Cleveland should go after Watson, tweeting, "Some of y'all Browns are funny." Max?
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with Baker clapping back?
I do.
Really?
And I've been
surprised.
very impressed with Baker, the way he's handled the media, the fans. He's shown a lot of maturity, had a great season. Mm-hmm. I do have a problem with him clapping back because he's confusing something. He said some of y'all Browns are funny, as though if you love the Browns, you got to love Baker Mayfield. He's got to understand something. That I love my team, therefore I love the leader, the best player on my team, simply because he's on the team. No, you got to earn that position. Jared Goff, for example. Jared Goff's team made the playoffs. Jared Goff's been to 2 Pro Bowls. How many Pro Bowls Baker's been to? Mm-hmm. Jared Goff's been to a Super Bowl. Baker's not coming off a trip to the Super Bowl. And they're talking about getting rid of Jared Goff in L.A. Do you think the Rams fans don't like the Rams? Now, maybe Baker's saying, I'm better than Jared Goff. Yeah, this year maybe a little bit. I like Baker a lot. He hasn't had a better career than Jared Goff so far. He hasn't earned more respect in the league than Jared Goff so far. And Jared Goff's not clapping back, and no one's really offended that the Rams say they might want, I don't know, Deshaun Watson or to move on from Goff. See, Baker has not earned that yet. He had a good season. He showed that in the right situation he could be very good, and he was messed around. 4 head coaches in a little over 2 years. He's right. How no consistency. What do you expect from the guy? Give him a good situation. That dude can play. Yes. But he hasn't done anything to make the fans in Cleveland say, that's our guy, I'm riding with him. Instead of Deshaun Watson, he's not on that level. Not yet. And has not earned the loyalty of those fans like that yet.
I respect the hell out of Cleveland Browns fans.
Okay.
I like them a lot. I felt very, very bad for them when the team relocated. They didn't have a team for a few years. I was incredibly happy for them when the NFL granted the city of Cleveland a franchise again and let them, and they fought to keep their name even before that, and they did that. So when they were going to get a team, they were going to be called the Cleveland Browns. Having said that, if you're the Cleveland Browns, with all due respect, who the hell do you think you are as fans? I've been critical of Baker Mayfield. We know that. But last time I checked, Baker Mayfield balled this year, particularly in the latter part of the season.
Sure did.
Wasn't turning the ball over. Threw for 3,500 plus yards, 26 touchdowns, went from 21 interceptions to 8. Okay, and got them to the playoffs for the first time since 2002. It was 19 years before you got to the playoffs. And Baker Mayfield was the quarterback of the team that got you there this time around. Prior to that, the Cleveland Browns had not won a playoff game since 1994. 1994. So what are we talking about here as I'm looking at this? You're talking about literally 26 years that went by before you won when you won a playoff game, and 19 years that went by before you even got to the playoffs. Baker Mayfield not only helped get you there, not only did they win a playoff game, but the team they beat was the Pittsburgh Steelers, your nemesis, the franchise you played fair-weather stepchild to for the last 2 decades. I understand that Deshaun Watson is better than Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I understand he's a better option than Baker Mayfield. I get all of that. But I also completely and totally defend Baker Mayfield clapping back at a Cleveland Browns fan, basically who had nothing until this year.
Yeah.
And he's the quarterback of the team. And oh, by the way, he's going this way. Again, I've been critical of Baker Mayfield in the past, talking about how he had more progressive commercials than wins and all of that stuff. But when he played well, I gave him his props. And as he sits here today, even though I understand fans are going to be fans, let me say that Baker Mayfield has every right to clap back the way that he did because he gave them a lot this year. things they never had before.
Look,
in the last 19 years.
I like Baker Mayfield. I through the years have said mostly positive things about him, even when it wasn't going well.
Fair.
No one's above criticism, and that includes Baker. I'm very happy for his success, and he's proving a lot, and I like the way he's handled himself. I totally disagree with what you're saying. On the facts, yes, he did help them get to the playoffs, and they beat the Steelers. That's a big thing. That's good. It's an accomplishment.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, if the fans are getting greedy and want to do it even better than you, that's the first time you've really done something that you can hang your hat on. It's a nice accomplishment. As I said, it's not like you went to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff has, and they're calling for his replacement in L.A. What I'm saying is Baker is not the Browns, and he is not accomplished enough to think that there aren't better options than him, or if the fans wouldn't be desirous of better options. For example, if Patrick Mahomes was available, would he still say that? Because other than Patrick Mahomes, you'd be nuts to say that.
I think you're missing the boat.
If Deshaun Watson is the next thing to Mahomes right now.
No, this is where I think you're missing the boat. This is who he is, Max. This is what he's done since college. He's consistent. What do you want him to be quiet? If someone comes at Stephen A is going to clap back. That's who he is. We know that. Someone comes at me.
Not always.
Sometimes. I'm not. It's going to take a lot. That's just not who I am. And he's being consistent. This is who he is. And when he plays like that on the field, we see what happens when he has that attitude. And I feel like he finally got it back. And we want him to be Baker.
That's a good point, except, in fact, what I noticed from Baker that I like the moxie. I like the cocky attitude. It's good. But what the NFL taught him was humility. And that really helped him. So, for example, remember when we were first brought, do you hear what Baker Mayfield said about what Stephen A said about him?
Yeah.
Remember that? And we were like, oh, we're going to go. But then when we watched the video, Baker was a pro. He was a veteran.
Yeah.
He had the humility that the NFL teaches everybody. And he said, look, that's those guys' jobs. I'm not worried about what they're saying. That they say what they say. I'm worried about in this building. He gave the answer of a mature NFL player. And I started thinking, I still don't see it in his play yet, but I'm seeing something there. This kind of thing shows insecurity. This is not Baker cocky. This is, you're really fancy. He's saying he is the Brown.
He's just flexing.
Hold on, Molly. I disagree with you. He's not saying he is the Brown. I disagree with that. And I don't think it was immature for him to say it all. He says, some of y'all are funny. In other words, some of y'all are forgetting what situation you were in before this team arrived.
You shouldn't want to improve the team?
No, wait. 19 years. You haven't even been to a playoffs. 26 years since you've won a playoff game. I'm the quarterback of the team that achieved both this year. So the point is ride with your dudes. Now, we don't believe that because I take Deshaun Watson ahead of Baker Mayfield any day of the week and twice on Sundays. True enough. But that doesn't mean I get to ignore what Baker Mayfield did and that he does have a point if he's implying, have faith in me. We on an upswing. Excuse me, believe in me. I can do this too. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. And it's not immature.
When Magic Johnson got to the Lakers, they had an all-star point guard.
Norm Nixon.
But you choose Magic over Norm Nixon.
Sure.
It's not a slight to Norm Nixon.
Right.
When Kobe Bryant got to the Lakers, they had an all-star backcourt
Eddie Jones.
scorer. Eddie Jones. No slight to Eddie Jones. A very good player. He's not Kobe Bryant. This is the fact that when DeMar DeRozan was very good with the Raptors, and they were a very good team, but when they had a chance to get Kawhi, it's an upgrade, right? And what I'm saying is Baker is a good player, and maybe he turns out to be a great player.
Right.
Deshaun Watson better than him.
Let me tell you where you just lost your argument. You shouldn't have even revealed that. You shouldn't have revealed that. Because if Norm Nixon had clapped back and Eddie Jones had clapped back, this was Max. This would have been Max Molly. I love this. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Now go out there and show us. That's what you would have said. You wouldn't have called them immature. You would have sat up there and said, all right, let's get it on.
Show me
what you got.
No,
Show me what you got. That's what you would have said.
What I would say is there's a franchise quarterback is the cornerstone of any franchise, right? That's a franchise quarterback.
Yes.
And when I say he's confusing himself with the team, what Baker said is some of y'all Browns fans are funny. And what I take from that is if you root for the Browns, you got, I'm the Browns. I'm the quarterback of the Browns. All these jobs are temporary. Tom Brady's not on the Patriots anymore. Brett Favre was shown the door. Aaron Rodgers may not stop with the Packers. Deshaun Watson's going to be on the move. These jobs are temporary. And some players are the team. Kobe was the Lakers.
Right now.
Jeter was the Yankees, right? He is not that yet. He may never be.
He has the job right now, and he's saying, listen, it's my job. I'm the quarterback of the team.
Are they still playing?
And, excuse me, they were in the playoffs.
Is
Deshaun
still playing?
The point is, he was on a terrible team. The point is, what the fans are saying is, you're good. Garoppolo's good. We think we can do better.
We got to go. He's being consistent. I'm all cool with it.
I'm cool with that.
We got a huge week ahead as we count down to Super Bowl 55 in Tampa next week. Christian McCaffrey, Devontae Smith, Jared Allen, Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, Stephon Diggs, and Nick Chubb all join the show. Hello, Star Power, plus a huge surprise you do not want to miss. I love surprises. Make sure you tune in all next week right here on First Take. What does a legendary Cowboy think about Big D's lackluster past quarter century? Jimmy Johnson? Stephen A? I'm laying out for this.
The only thing else I got to say is, how about this, Cowboys?
And the snap is bad, and their season's going to end.
You don't go to Cabo the week before a playoff